The identification of high-risk AML, I think, is a bit of a moving target. In general, we consider high-risk AML AML subtypes that include AML arising from prior hematologic disorders such as MDS or myeloproliferative neoplasms, AML that is therapy-related, meaning arising in the setting of prior chemotherapy or radiotherapy for another malignancy in the past. And there's also acknowledgement that higher risk AML may also be increasingly molecularly defined, not necessarily by some of the more traditional methods, but by some of the more recent assessments of mutations, so that certain mutations that occur in AML are also known to occur in MDS and can be therefore designated perhaps as secondary-like mutations. And if these secondary-like mutations arise in an otherwise de novo AML setting, then the prognosis and the treatment outcomes are generally quite similar. So I think that the definition of high-risk AML is definitely something that's evolving and is becoming more molecularly based over time. And there's also the indirect consideration of high-risk AML being a group of patients that is extremely elderly and perhaps very unfit for treatment. And again, this is a bit of an unclear definition, but many of the recent trials have focused on these types of subgroups of patients that are quite elderly and may or may not have other biological risk factors that would impose a poor prognosis. So there's a variety of ways to define high-risk AML, and I think that the field is moving towards a molecularly based definition, but still other demographic and clinical characteristics should be considered.